Dear students, in this coming section we are going to learn collision in case of the rigid body dynamics. In this session we will learn this concept through few illustrations. Through coming illustration we will learn the application of the concept. So let us take illustration number 1. In this illustration we will cover number 1 concept of the angular impulse, number 2 concept of the rolling, and number 3 we will cover concept of the conservation of angular momentum. So let us take illustration number 1. This is the illustration number 1. This is a vertical wall, a smooth wall, and this ball is moving toward this wall. The radius, mass and moment of inertia about the diameter axis is given, and velocity of the ball just before collision is 10 meter per second. Okay, and this ball collide with the wall and coefficient of the restitution E equal to 0.7, and here we need to calculate the velocity V of the ball long after collision, and we need to use the value G equal to 10 meter per second square. What is the meaning of velocity of the ball long after collision? We know if no force is acting on a system or any object and object is performing rolling motion, the velocity of the ball or velocity of the center of the ball remain constant. That means after a long time velocity of the ball will be constant. That means this is the time of the rolling. That means when ball start rolling, the velocity of the ball or velocity of the center of the ball will remain unchanged. Okay, so let us do one thing. Let us place the diagram to the next page, this one. Okay, as this ball is rolling, we know the velocity of the center of mass is V naught, angular velocity let us assume omega naught. We can make a relationship of the velocity of the center of mass, angular velocity and radius. That's the angular velocity of the ball can be calculated by using the formula omega naught equal to V naught divided by R, right? We are given the V naught value, we know the value of R also. We are given the V naught equal to 10 meter per second here, and radius is 20 centimeter. That means we can substitute 10 divided by, this is also in meter, that is 0.2. So this is 50 radian per second, and direction should be in the counterclockwise sense. Why counterclockwise sense? Because at the time of rolling, velocity of the lowest point should be 0, and we know the translational velocity in the leftward direction. That means velocity of this point because of the rotation should be in the rightward direction. This is possible only when it is rotating in the counterclockwise sense. Okay, now this ball collide with the wall. Coefficient of the restitution is given. That means we can find the translational velocity of the ball just after collision. This should be equal to E multiplied by V naught. Let us assign the symbol for the velocity of the ball just after collision. Let us take this value as U. So we can write U equal to E multiplied by V naught, right? And here E equal to 0.7, V naught equal to 10. That means this velocity just after collision should be direction, you know, it is rightward. So this is 0.7 multiplied by 10, that is equal to 7 meter per second. That is in rightward direction. Okay. Now let us consider what will happen to the angular velocity of the ball. You know, there will be the impulse between the wall and ball during collision, and this impulse will pass through the center of the ball, right? And there is no friction between the wall and wall. That means there is no frictional impulse, that is no impulsive reaction, or you can say no frictional force acting parallel to the wall surface. That means the angular velocity of the ball just after collision is not going to change. That means just after collision angular velocity will remain same as the previous one. That means omega naught, right? And we know the omega naught equal to 50 radian per second. Okay, so we got the linear velocity, that is the translational velocity, and angular velocity just after collision. Okay, so let us place this diagram to the next page, this one. Now what will happen? You can observe here the translational velocity in the rightward direction. So point of contact of the ball with the ground will have the translational velocity in the rightward direction, and because of the rotation this velocity is again in the rightward direction. That means sliding will occur, right? If sliding will occur, there is friction between the wall and horizontal surface. Friction force will start acting in the backward direction. If friction force start acting in the backward direction, what it will do? It will decrease the linear velocity or translational velocity of the center of mass, because direction the friction force in the leftward direction. That means ball is moving the rightward direction, linear velocity will decrease. Also angular velocity will decrease, because about the center of mass this friction force will provide the clockwise torque. So let us do one thing, let us make the situation after collision. This is the situation after collision. I have written after long time it will start rolling, but between this time after collision and after the situation when it start rolling, there will be sliding. Let us draw the free body diagram during this time. That means just after collision and at the time of rolling. So this is the free body diagram, and let us assume the coefficient of the friction between the ground and ball is mu, because this value is not given, right? So let us draw the free body diagram. This is the ball, and you know weight will act in the downward direction mg. Normal reaction will act in the upward direction, because normal reaction is a pushing force. It will push the ball in the upward direction, and friction force we have discussed that will act in the leftward direction, that is mu multiplied by n, that is sliding friction, right? And you know the vertical forces will cancel each other, because there is no acceleration of the ball in the vertical upward direction or downward direction. So we can write n equal to mg, and m equal to, that is the mass, 0.75 kg, and g we need to use 10. So this is 7.5 Newton, right? This is the normal reaction. Now this horizontal force, now consider the horizontal forces acting on the ball. This is the unbalanced force. That means mu multiplied by n should be equal to mass of the ball multiplied by acceleration of the ball. So we can write mu n equal to ma, right, and n equal to mg. If we substitute, mm will get cancelled. That means a equal to mu g, right? Mu is unknown, g is 10. That means this acceleration should be equal to 10 mu. This acceleration will do one thing, it will decrease the velocity of the center of mass of the ball, right? This speed will keep on decreasing during just after collision and at the time of rolling. That means in this section the velocity of the center of mass of the ball will decrease. Okay. Now let us calculate the angular acceleration of the ball. So for this purpose we need to take the torque equation. We know the torque equation is applicable about the centroidal axis or about any fixed point. There is no any fixed point, we have no instantaneous center of rotation in this case. That means we can apply the torque equation only about the center of the ball, and this is the direction of the acceleration, that should be negative. So let us write the torque equation about the center of the ball. You know the lever arm for this friction force, this is r. So torque should be equal to mu n multiplied by r, and this torque should be equal to I alpha, because torque equal to I alpha, it is the torque equation. So we can write mu multiplied by n multiplied by r, that is equal to I alpha. That means alpha should be equal to mu n r divided by I, right? And we know the value of n, that is 7.5 Newton, We know the radius also, and we are also given the moment of inertia, and we are given the moment of inertia. You can observe here 0.0125 kg meter square, right. So, let us substitute these values to get the value of the angular acceleration, this one, right. We can solve this equation, and this value is 120 mu, and direction should be in the clockwise sense. This is the clockwise sense. During this distance, that is just after collision and at the time when rolling start, the direction sense of the rotation is the counterclockwise, and angular acceleration direction is the clockwise. That means angular velocity will also decrease, and you can observe here in this diagram, at the time of rolling, point of contact of the ball with the ground surface should have the zero velocity. The translational velocity should be in the rightward direction. That means due to rotation, the velocity of the point of contact should be in the leftward direction. That means at the time of rolling, the rotation sense should be in the clockwise sense. That means this angular acceleration will do one thing. First, it will decrease the angular velocity, reduce to the zero, again sliding start, keep on this object will keep on sliding, and here the rotation sense will change, and in this case the direction of the friction force, you can observe this will do a second thing, that will increase the angular velocity to that limit, so that v equal to omega multiplied by r, right. So, we got the value of alpha and a. Let us do one more thing. Let us substitute the value of a and alpha to this diagram, right. This is the alpha, these are the values we have written. Okay. Now, consider a long time. Long time means when rolling starts, there is no sliding at the time of pure rolling, we know, right. And suppose this time, that is the time when rolling start, that time is t. Our stopwatch says time t equal to 0 at the time of collision, just after collision, and when rolling start, this time is t. So, let us take this time is t, right. So, let us assume rolling start at time t, or you can say t time after collision. What will happen? Velocity will decrease because of this acceleration. That means we have the equation for the translational motion, that is v equal to at. V equal to this is the velocity at any time t, u equal to velocity just after collision, and we know this value is 7. Acceleration is minus 10 mu and t is unknown. So, we can substitute the value v equal to 7 minus 80. This is the final translational velocity, or you can say this translational velocity is any time t. The final word is not appropriate for this situation. So, we can write here v equal to 7 minus 80, right. So, let us substitute 10 mu. This is the velocity at any time t. Now, come to the angular velocity. We can use the same type of the equation for the rotation also. Angular velocity at any time should be equal to omega, that is equal to omega naught plus alpha t. Alpha here is negative because initial angular velocity is in the anti-clockwise sense and angular acceleration in the clockwise sense. So, we can write omega equal to omega naught plus alpha t, this equation. We can substitute the value of omega, that is 50, and alpha equal to 120 with the negative sign, this one, right. And this is in the clockwise sense, right. And while in the rotational dynamics, we consider clockwise direction as negative, anti-clockwise direction is positive. So, let us calculate the magnitude of this angular velocity. The magnitude of this angular velocity should be equal to minus 1 multiplication 50 minus 120 to 120 mu t. So the magnitude of this angular velocity should be equal to this one. This is the magnitude of angular velocity, right? And we know at the time of rolling, the velocity of the center of mass v should be equal to omega multiplied by r. So let us write this equation, and let us do one thing. V value is 7 minus 10 mu t, and let us write the magnitude of omega also, this value. So let us write this value also here, right? So at the time of rolling, we have v equal to r omega. We can substitute the value of v, we can substitute the value of omega to get the value of t, because t is unknown in this equation. So this is the value of t. We can solve here. This is equal to, after solving, 34 mu t equal to 17, right? That means mu t equal to 0.5. Now we can substitute the value of mu t in this equation to get the velocity of the center of the ball at the time of rolling. So v equal to 7 minus 10 multiplied by 0.5. This is equal to 2 meter per second. That means the final velocity of the ball v long after collision is 2 meter per second and in the rightward direction. This is the answer. We can solve this problem by using the conservation of angular momentum also. So let us discuss this situation by using conservation of angular momentum, right? So let us discuss approach number 2. We can apply conservation of angular momentum just after collision and after long time. The question arises why? Because we know just after collision any impulse between the wall and ball will disappear. That means there is no impulse during the time just after collision and at the time when rolling starts. We know weight, mg and normal reaction, they are balance force. The friction force will act in the leftward direction. That means if we select any point on the ground, right, the torque of that friction force will be 0. That means we can conserve the angular momentum about any point on the ground. That means let us conserve the angular momentum about point of contact of the ball with the ground. That situation is just after collision and when rolling start, right? We know the angular velocity just after collision is 50 radian per second, and we also know the linear velocity just after collision, that is 7 meter per second. These two values we know. And we know the angular momentum in case of the combined rotation and translation, because this situation is the combined rotation and translation situation. So we can write the angular momentum of this ball by the formula. We can represent the angular momentum by the formula L vector equal to I naught omega plus r cross mv. This is the angular momentum in case of the combined rotation and translation. This is a vector equation. If it is a vector equation, let us assign the direction. Let us take the plane of the screen as xy plane and z axis toward you. So this is xyz, right? Now angular momentum just after collision about any point on the ground. Let us take this point. You can follow the position of the tip of my pen. Okay, this should be equal to I naught multiplied by omega naught. And you know this omega naught rotation sense is anti-clockwise. If you fold the right hand finger in the anti-clockwise sense, your thumb will be toward you. That means this omega naught direction is k cap, right? That means this value is omega naught multiplied by omega, this value is I naught multiplied by omega naught multiplied by k cap. Now consider this value. You know this is the cross product of r and mv. We can simplify this equation by calculating the magnitude first. We know the mv value, that is the linear momentum, is in the rightward direction, and this r is the lever arm for this linear momentum, that is nothing but radius of this ball, because we are considering any point on the ground, and from ground to the center distance is capital R. That means magnitude of the angular momentum because of the translation motion is m u r, right? And now consider the direction. Suppose you are observing the rotation sense of the center. Suppose you are observing from this point, from the tip of my pen, position of the tip of my pen, and if you observe the center will move in the rightward direction. That means your line of sight will rotate in the clockwise sense, right? Suppose you are here, first your direction of the motion, your center is moving in this direction, and you are here, and finally suppose a ball is here, the velocity of the ball center is in the rightward direction. That means line of sight is rotating in the clockwise sense. And for the clockwise sense, if you rotate the right hand finger in the clockwise sense, your thumb will be away from you, that is into the screen. That means the direction is minus k cap. So initial angular momentum should be equal to final angular momentum. Let us write this equation first, right? And here we have written this value as I naught omega k cap, and this value we have discussed m u r multiplication minus k cap, this one. Now this situation represent at the time of rolling, that means at this time, and here you can observe the rotation sense is in the clockwise sense. For the clockwise sense, if you turn your finger, right hand finger in the clockwise sense, the thumb is into the plane or into the screen, that is again in minus k cap direction, that is minus z direction. So this value is minus z, we have written here. Now this value, velocity is v, right? Here this velocity is v, and radius or you can say the lever arm is capital R. So here the magnitude of the angular momentum due to the rotation, due to the translation, is the mvr, and direction is minus k cap. By the vector method, cross product also we can calculate. This is written in the cross product form. You can cross product and to get this value, but for finding the direction, right hand rule is better. So we can write the final equation like this, okay, and after solving we can get the value of this v. We have written v divided by r in place of omega, because we know at the time of rolling v equal to omega r, that means omega equal to v divided by r, right? Now we can write this equation to the next page here, right? Now we can solve this, we can rearrange this is equal to v, and in bracket term will be I naught divided by r plus mr. Here you can observe k and k will get cancelled. So this is the equation we are getting. Now we can further solve. We can get the value of v from this relation. This is this value divided by this. So this is v equal to mu r square divided by I naught omega naught r divided by I naught plus mr square. Now we can substitute the numerical values. We know this small m equal to 0.75, u equal to 7 meter per second, r equal to 0.2 meter, I equal to 0.125, I naught we have calculated 50, this is again 0.2, and we know the value of I naught and this also. So let us substitute this value and we can solve this value, and finally we will get the velocity of the ball, that is 2 meter per second. This is the same value which we have calculated by previous method also, okay.